Hey, hi, good evening, everyone. And once again, welcome you. I welcome you all to one more Essentials program, right? So, yesterday just only finished React, and now we are here again to start with yet another program, that is data visualization program, right? So, before we move ahead, right, I'll take your 5-10 minutes to explain you about how the program works, what is that you have to, you know, do from your end to successfully complete the program, and how you can get the maximum out of this program, right? So before we move ahead, I'd like to call upon stage the whole, like, who is going to be the master, you can say the mentor, the teacher, the trainer, the mastermind, who is going to train you for that program. So let me just call upon Gopal. So hi sir, how are
Hey,
you?
what's up? Hey, Prasad, what's up? I'm doing great, thank you. How
Great.
about you?
So Gopal is going to be the trainer, guys, for all of you all for the next 3 days. So your only job is to be here at 6:30 and get as much as knowledge from him with his expertise and experience in this whole domain, and ask as many as questions you can ask in next 3 days, so that the basic concepts of the whole data visualizations are crystal clear, right? I hope I am clear on this part. What is the basic expectation, or you can say our expectation from you in this next 3 days, right? So let's quickly see what are the few, you can say, four to dos which you have to understand and follow throughout this program to successfully complete the data visualization program, right? So let me just go on. So as you can clearly see, it's a 3 days live learning program, right? So you will get a certificate of completion if you complete this program successfully and attend it all for the 3 days, right? So now the first step, very important step, is to go and enroll for the program if you haven't already. So if you guys haven't enrolled for the program, the first step which you guys have to follow is go and enroll for the program right away. So the registration link is in the description, or you can just go on to LetsUpgrade.in program and go and enroll for the program. That step is very mandatory. Until and unless you don't enroll for the program, you guys won't be able to, what I say, appear for the exam, get your certificates, or any of the part. So let me also just, quickly put in the chat also for you guys to just go and enroll if you have not already enrolled and directly joining from YouTube. So step one is to register for the program, right? Step two is to mark your attendance. So 3 days you are going to have attendance form attached in your description, right? So currently also you can go and see there is an attendance link. You have to just go and fill the form with the same email ID which you have used for enrollment in the program. So every day, like today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, you have to come here, attend the session at 6:30 p.m., mark your attendance. If you are also seeing it in the recording, you can put your attendance when you're seeing the recording. Third step, if you have done for 3 days, after third day, like today's what, 16, 17, 18, Saturday evening, you will get Saturday evening when your class ends at 7:30, around 10 or 11, you should get an email or WhatsApp that yes, you have attended the program for 3 days. Now you have to give one small exam, right? So your exam is going to be just an MCQ exam, a 15-minute exam where you will have a 20-minute exam where you'll have 15 questions, MCQ questions based on what you have learned in 3 days. So it is just to test that have you actually understood what we are teaching, right? And once you complete the program, you are going to get a certificate, right? So you are going to get a certificate which is going to look like this, right? Which will be available in your certificate portal, which you can download as a soft copy and keep it with yourself or attach in your resume, and you can share with your friends and everyone, right? This is the certificate you are going to get after 3 days of completion of the program. Second step is you can earn LU coins. As you can see, right, there's mentioned you need 50 LU coins. Now, LU coins is basically an internal currency which you can use, you can earn. How you can earn is basically just this is the way you can earn. You can earn it by enrolling into multiple programs, completing programs, or referring programs to your friends and family or whatever college groups you can. So once you referred a program, since they are free to your friends or family, once they enroll using your program link, you get a scratch card, and behind those scratch cards are LU coins which are credited to your profile. Now we have a refer and earn program running. So all you have to do is just go to the refer section, get your unique invite code, share it with your friends, and the more you go up on the leaderboard, which is visible like this, you get prizes which are mentioned on the website. So every month we have a leaderboard. The more you refer, the better chances you have to get the prizes, right? So now let's quickly revise the whole process, then I'll take you to the whole website, go through how you can do 1 2 3 4 all steps, and then we are good to go with the learning part, right? So first step, as I mentioned, is register. Second is mark your attendance, give exam, get your certificate, which is required, which is having a condition of having 50 LU coins. You can get this by scratch card. How to get a scratch card is refer your friends, enroll into multiple programs, right? And you can also participate in the leaderboard game. Now, a quick, let me just also share my screen again. I'll just take you to a quick walkthrough of the website, right? So I hope my screen is visible, the website is visible, right? So now this is how you're going to land on LetsUpgrade.in. All you have to do is once you enroll, once you register on the program, your profile and all the options in your profile are visible in this top right corner once you hover on the profile, right? So now to enroll into your program, all you can do is just go and scroll down. You will see all the programs available here. The programs in black are paid programs which give you 100% placement guarantee. So anyone looking for placement guarantee or a 6 months program, just go and explore that. Coming to the main thing, how you can enroll in today's program if you haven't already. This is the program, right? All you have to do is go and hit an enroll and just go and see. Here you can see what is going to be the curriculum, right? So this is the things you're going to learn in this program for the next 3 days. You can just enroll using the enroll now button, and the program should be added to your profile, which you can just go and check. Just a minute, yes, it's still loading, just let me refresh. Okay, let me just check the chat meanwhile. Okay, duration of the program is 3 days. It's a 3-day program. Yeah, so now you can see, right, there are many options, right? So as I mentioned, once you register, complete the program, exams should be visible in my exam section. Let me just open in the new tab. You can get your certificates in my certificates tab, right? As I mentioned, you can refer here, LU coins are available here, and leaderboard looks like this. So I'll just explain you quickly all these 3 4 things. Now, once you are eligible for the exam and exam is added to your profile, right? Okay, yes, I have to stop sharing and share again. Just a minute, there's some glitch today happening on my laptop. Yeah, now it should be fine. Yes. Yep. So now this is how your exam portal is going to look like. You'll be all the exams you are a part of and haven't attempted will show like this, live and not attempted. For example, I just go into the Java program. Just go into the Java program, it is going to take me to an exam panel, and it will show me a few do's and don'ts, and you can just go and start the exam. Your certificates after the completion will come here, which you can download. Now you can also unlock, you will be required to unlock it using 50 LO coins, and you have to fill your address and everything, right? That's there, and you can just unlock and you can download it for as many times as you want. One important thing which you need to make sure that while you are downloading the certificate, the name which will be printed will be based on your profile name. So make sure this looks correct to you before you download the certificate. Second thing is, so the third thing is you can earn LU coins by referring the program to your friend. This is you have to come to the refer section, get your invite link, and just share like usual. If I have to just go and just share it like this, right? So you will see this is my invite code, and anyone enrolling into this program using my invite code, I'll get the benefit. And as many as friends I refer right now, currently Shivam is leading the top, and he will get prizes which are mentioned here, right? So now these are the 3 people with 126, 697, and 434. If you guys can top them in, like, today we have about 15 days, if you can just circulate it like crazy in your college groups and everything, and you can top the leaderboard, you might be the winner, right? These are the 3 4 things which you have to make sure that you know. Let me just check the doubts. When to give exams, as I mentioned, today is the first day, second day will be tomorrow, day after tomorrow, like what, Saturday is your last day. Saturday midnight 12 a.m. you should be getting a mail and a WhatsApp, or you can, if you have attended, you can just go and check in your portal also, the exam will be there. Maximum by Sunday you should get a WhatsApp or a reminder from our end, or my system automatically will add you to the program after the program is ended, the midnight itself. Okay. Do we have recorded lectures of this? Yes. So see, once the program is over, right, you can just go and check it in my program section. If you have enrolled for the program will be available here for your recording use as well after the 3 days are done. Okay. Attendance, you can see the link is in the description, you can just go and use that link. Okay, so I hope I'm able to clear the basic queries what is required. Okay, so let me just remove this and get Gopal sir in.
Hey,
Yeah, so Gopal sir, I'll take 1 minute. One more announcement, guys, which we are going to make today is, let me just bring the banner also in. So guys, we are having a meetup. Okay, we are having a first offline meetup in Mumbai in 26 June. Then we will come to another cities as and when. This is the first offline meetup after so many months, you can say. So if you are living in Mumbai or Navi Mumbai or nearby locations where you can just come and attend this event, it's an invite only event. Limited seats are available. You can just register, and if you get shortlisted, you will be communicated for further, you can say, information regarding address and everything, right? So it is happening in Mumbai. So if you are living nearby, just go and scan this and enroll for the whole thing, right? So with that, I guess, yeah, I'll just hand over the session to Gopal. And all the best, guys. 3 days, make sure you ask as many as question and you become the best in the basics of data visualization at least, right? With that, I'll be signing off. Over to you, Gopal.
namaste, and thank you so much for joining in. Firstly, okay. So, like, firstly, I would like to know, like, how many of you have taken my sessions before? Because I don't know, like, how many, but I have definitely taken here, like, like so many sessions here about data visualization, computer vision, NLP, Python, and whatnot. And yeah, okay. So let me first share my screen with you guys. Uh, why this? Okay. No, there you go. All right. So shall we begin? Okay. From Thane. Namaste. Namaste, Shivam. Okay. All right. So here, firstly, you will gonna understand about what exactly the data visualization is. Okay. Like data visualization. Like usually, I almost try to try to decipher the words or try to decompose words because it actually gives you intuition about what the topic will be all about. Like it basically literally like it the meaning here is quite axiomatic, right? Like it tells you everything. You need to visualize the data, but what exactly, how exactly though? But it always followed by data analysis and visualization. So first we need to perform an analysis and we have to visualize it. So how exactly it happens? So let's actually first see this with a bare minimum example of data visualization, okay, and analysis. So let's say I've got a certain number of apples, oranges, and let's say kiwi. Okay, so let's say I've got 15 apples. I've got I've got well, let's say 12 oranges, and I've got 11 kiwis. Okay, and on a graph, how like in how many ways I can actually plot this? Okay, in a way where it can be shown as in a geometrical representation. So how exactly I can do it? So let's see. Let's see. So here, when we talk about this, like let's say we have got here three rectangles. This is your very first one. Okay, and then you can actually have it as a second one here and third one here. Okay, so what I can actually say here, like, okay, this is for apples, this is for oranges, and this is for kiwi. Sorry, right? Okay, so I literally first analyzed what was my analysis here. Like, I literally counted like the number of apples were 15, right? And the number of oranges were 12 and 11, so on. Okay, and I plotted it out on an XY plane with the help of certain graph. And this graph is not a brainer, like it's a straight bar graph. Okay, so even before diving into the code, even before diving into the like any kind of explanations about what exactly the analysis is and what exactly the visualization will be all about, let me tell you a simple, straight, sweet story about like what exactly the analysis and visualization will be all about. Okay, so all right, so how many of you have watched Invincible? Just tell me, like, it's actually aired on Amazon Prime last year. Like, it's a great series. You must watch it if you haven't yet. So, like, but I would like to know, like, how many of you have watched Invincible? Have you any? Like, anyone? Okay, okay. So, like, we will gonna understand about like all these terminologies, like what exactly the analysis is and what exactly the visualization is. But even before getting into these, like lingo, first let me tell you a story. Like, why in the first place, why do we need like EDA, or like basically for exploratory data analysis? Why do we need EDA or data analysis and visualization in the first place? That is something you might wanna know firstly. Okay, so let's actually set up a a scenario. Let's actually set up a scenario which is nothing but a conversation between Mark Grayson and Nolan Grayson about Welcome Incorporation. Right, like if you haven't watched this series, like it will be like there were memes about it, memes. I'm always struggling with the pronunciation. Okay, sometimes I do. So let's try to understand this, like like the scene 1.1, and the conversation actually occurred between Mark Grayson and Nolan Grayson. All right, so let's see. Okay, so okay, so this dude, like this person here, like this is Nolan. Okay, and this dude is Mark. All right. So you can read it out loud. Like, Mark, can you tell me how many employees got laid off from Wellcome Incorporation due to the Corona crisis? And Mark says, like, promptly, like, sure, can you just give me 10 minutes? And Nolan says, yeah, sure, why not? Okay. Now, after that, what happens? Like, let's see. Okay. After 10 minutes, so what he did, like what Mark did, like he literally found a CSV file which consisted of 200,000 employees, and he literally added like care to read it, and the file which he ready, like, sir, your voice is shivering. Is that so? Like, my voice is not clear or not? Okay, just let me know. Okay, so hey, okay, all right. So the file which Mark presented in front of Nolan was this one. Okay, and this is actually a mess. Like, you cannot make any sense out of it, can you? Like, you literally you cannot know like what exactly is going on in these columns and in these rows. So this is nothing but a mess, right? Like, you cannot make an intuition out of it the moment you take a glance over it, right? Like, it's a mess. So it was obvious Nolan was out to get infuriated, and he did. Like, how could he possibly think like this messy data will ever make any sense? Like, how, right? And he literally, gave a lecture about like, you don't even know when we have classified features, then it is always a good idea to use pie plots. All right. So he gave okay. All right. So in the end, he basically says, like, like, think Mark thing. A pie plot makes more sense when we are making segment-based observation. And Mark was just an unpaid intern who joined for the experience. Okay. So, all right. So if you haven't watched this, like, it will be much more funnier when you have watched this series. But Yeah, so like that was the whole purpose of this entire like explanation was all about. What like you need to know like how exactly you can present data by analyzing it first. Okay, so let's see. So the first thing here we will be seeing here is this. Okay, so again I'm gonna take you back to like the very first slide here. So what exactly the data analysis is? So a process of extracting useful information and observation from the data. So let's say I've got some data about marks, some like students' marks. So let's say we have got 100, we have got 95, 95, 100, or maybe like must have been really amazing students. And how exactly you can process this data in terms of aggregation? Aggregation means like what kind of operations you can operate over it. This operate over this array. So the very first you can literally calculate the average, right? About like what on an average how many marks actually a student actually got, and also you can also calculate the median as well, right? Median also is there, and yeah, like I can actually right now see only two. And apart from that, based on these two, you can say like, okay, like this is something we have as an average score for these many students, and also for the median will be this much. On and what else? What if like by this analysis, what if I can somehow plot this data as well? Well, that will be your visualization. So whatever you do on the end of analysis, you basically plot it out. So therefore, the name actually came in, right? Data analysis and visualization. So like the analysis is followed by visualization. All right. I hope like, it makes sense. Okay. If not, just let me know. All right. So now what we can do here, let's go back here. Okay, so these are the plots you may have actually seen in one way or the another. Like maybe when you are working with some Excel file, maybe like when you may have also coded in Python before, like with a matplotlib and cbond. I don't know, but I'm just making a wild guess here. But for certain reasons, like you must have actually occurred with these three plots at least. Like the pie plot, this is your line plot, like this is your bar plot, right? This is your bar, this is your line, and this is your pie plot or pie chart. All right. Okay. So we will gonna make each one of these, like each one of these, without a doubt. All right. Okay. Okay. So let's move forward. So what exactly we'll be covering here? Let's see. So we actually saw this entire series about. Okay. So this is the overview for 3 days. Okay. On the very first day, we will gonna cover this part. Okay. On the day one here, like from installing the matplotlib and cbond, scatter plots, line plots, bar charts, pie charts, and histograms. And on the day two, we will gonna start off with a case study, iris dataset case study. And on the day three, we're gonna continue that case study. Okay, so day two and day three are most crucial. Okay, and where we will be covering up a case study for iris dataset. Okay, so do not miss on these days, especially because today is nothing but an introductory session, like about how exactly you can install matplotlib and cbond and what are your scatter plots and line plots and bar charts and everything. But day two and day three, we're gonna start off with a case study, so do not miss on those days, please. All right. Okay. Do I need a do I need to learn data visualization because I am learning full stack? Like it's totally depend upon your needs, I guess, right? Like if you need to learn data analysis and visualization, but I don't see like where exactly you can use and like web development and full stack development, like data visualization being used thoroughly. So I don't know, like it totally boils down to your own requirements. All right, so let's move on. Okay, so that is your scatter plot, right? So what exactly your scatter plot is all about? So you must have actually must have encountered these Cartesian systems, right? Like in your Cartesian system, you are having those points which has a x component and y component, right? And you also have a 3D scatter plot or a 3D plane as well, where you have x, y, and z components. Okay, so like when you have x and y, so like this is will be your 2D, and x, y, and z, this will be your 3D, right? And how exactly you can plot this out like this? Okay, so like you can plot this out here and like here. So in this case, it will be x, y, and this will be your x, y, and z. And these points, basically, they are scattered across all over your XY plane. Hence the name scatter plot. Okay. And these are like use case, if you see here, best for when we are understanding about the relationship between two variables or three variables at max. Okay. That is where your scatter plot actually comes into the picture, or okay. And now the next thing is your, just a sec. Okay, scatter plot in action. So first, I would like you to take you here firstly, and let's start off with some of those points here. Like I'll be going from here to here. So these are your line plots, and I'll be explaining them one by one. Okay. So the very first thing you might want to do is the installation of those libraries first, right? So let's perform that installation. So right now I'm using Collab Notebook. So I hope, like, how many of you have used Collab Notebook here? Please let me know. Is there anyone who has used Collab Notebook? Okay, anyone? Okay, if not, just let me know. Okay, and like Collab is nothing but a virtualization of your hardware. What do I mean by that? Like right now, I have a system which has 512 GB of SSD and 8 GB of RAM. But I can touch this system, right? I can actually use it. I can type on it, right? Definitely. And I know like my hardware and RAM, everything is touchable right now. But and it is not virtual for sure. And but when it comes to virtualization of that hardware, so what they do basically, they spin off an instance over the cloud by providing like a RAM and a storage. So the moment you will gonna click here, it will be allocated a RAM and a storage. Like the RAM will be around 12 GB of RAM, which is, I guess, more than enough for this case study or for upcoming case studies too. And the location of the data, or sorry, the disk will be around 108 GB. So I think we are good to go with this one. Okay, how exactly you can check that out though? So like you can just go here and you can just hover over it, and you can see the RAM is here 12.68 GB. If I zoom in a bit, okay, like you can see the RAM here is what, 12.68 GBs, and the disk is here 107.72 GB, right? And which is basically preoccupied already with 38.34 GB of data. Okay, all right. So here, what exactly we have here? Okay, so how exactly do you like install a module in your Python, Python environment? So you just perform this pip3 install matplotlib, cbon, and pandas. So what exactly am I doing here? I'm installing three libraries here. The first one is for for the first two are your for plotting the data. The third one is for manipulating the data manipulation. Okay, for reading and writing the data. Okay, so I've got a few questions here. Anaconda, by John. Okay. Uh, do I need to? I have already answered this. Okay. Welcome to the club, mate. Don't know about it. Sir, can we get access to the collab notebook? Definitely you will. Also, the presentation you showed, no, you will not gonna get that presentation. Sorry. Very impressive. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's move on. Okay, let's move further. So we've got this here, okay, matplotlib, and we basically imported all these libraries here in this certain environment, right? And this Jupyter notebook or any notebook works on a cell system, right? Like basically right now what you are seeing here is the cell one. This one is the cell one. This is your cell two. And in each cell, you can write as many number of lines of code as you want, right? Like how many actually it requires, like it doesn't matter. And you can literally like execute accordingly. Okay, and now the very first thing which we studied or which we just discussed was your scatter plot. Okay, so let's see how exactly we can plot out a scatter plot firstly. Okay, so let's see. So I am generating here some random numbers. Okay, so how exactly am I generating here some random numbers? So like this library is for NumPy. Okay, I cannot get into the details of the NumPy because this entire course will not gonna allow me, because I will be having some time constraints for sure. Even if I take it for like 2 hours just for now. But for now, like I can just tell you, like this numpy is for your scientific calculations. Okay, like matrix multiplication, linear algebra, and everything you may want to do. And in this case, what we are doing here, we are generating, you know, like a metric. Sorry, a vector of 10 random values. Okay, and when we see the shape, like what exactly do I mean by this shape here? By the way, so like this actually is a matrix. Okay, so when I say like, you know, when we have this certain like, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, what is the order for this matrix? Is basically 3 cross 3. Why? Because we have got 1, 2, and 3, 3 rows and 3 columns. Therefore, you know, like this is your rows and this is your columns, right? And similarly, how this basically means we have got one row only, okay, and 10 values. So like 10 columns. So like the values will be 1.23, 2.54 till 4.67. Like these values will gonna consist the number of 10 here. Yes, that is Goku, and he's my role model. Okay, uh, he is Goku definitely, an Ultra Instinct Goku, like who hasn't mastered the Instinct yet. All right. Uh, okay, so can you perform along with you if you share the code? Uh, like you, I will definitely gonna share this notebook with you guys. Like there is no brainer in that. You can just you like code it out along with me by your all by yourself, and that is how you can actually like follow along. Okay, all right. So yeah, okay. So that is your like that is your shape. So let's actually try to understand like each one of these lines here. So here, like we are generating again, like some 10 numbers. And here I am basically like again generating some 10 random numbers here. Okay, so like 4 plus 3. So I'm just doing some random calculations here. Okay. So like if you notice what like this certain line, I'm trying to replicate this y is equals to mx plus c. Right? Like y, like this will be my c, this will be my m, and this will be my x. And this is my noise. I will gonna explain why exactly am I using the noise, right? Because if I do not use this noise, my data will be aligned in a one single straight line, so it won't be scattered all over the xy plane. Okay, so I need some noise to make it like scatterable. I don't like if it is a word or not. All right. Okay. So let's move forward. So what exactly am I gonna do here? Okay. So like I hope like this is clear here. Okay. Like I hope. If not, just let me know. So like if I check upon the shapes, like here I've got two shapes here like x1 and y1 for my two matrices here. Like this is a matrix one, matrix two, and it has a shape of 10 1 and 10 1, right? Okay. So now like in this case, what am I doing here? I'm just plotting this value out here. Plt.scatter x1 y1. So what exactly will gonna happen? So I would like you to first like let's actually run this. Let's actually run this. Okay. So print x1. Okay, and also print y1. Let's focus upon this one. So this is your x1 and this is your y1, right? Okay. So you can see like this is my row one, row two, row three, row four, and like this will be my row 10. And this is my only single one column. And let's actually take the very first value of this one, like what exactly it is. X1 is equals to 0.40. Okay. Okay. We have got this x1 is equals to 0.40. I'm just gonna next scroll it down a bit, and we have got this y1 as 3.33. Okay. So now my first pair of x1 and y1 will be 0.40, comma 3.33. Okay. Okay. So now, sorry. Now, if I go with this one, like here, Like let's actually try to search for that one. I guess like this is the very first, like this is what exactly we have here, 3.40, 3 point, like, 3.33. So this point actually, like, I guess like this has like 0.40. It could be about 0.40 here. And no, it is not about 0.40 because we need 3.33. So this, I guess, okay, like this can be a 0.40, but it is again, like exceeding. Which one it could be? Okay, I guess like we have to actually run this because this was actually plotted out on a previous data. Okay, so like we have to actually run this. Let's run this. Okay, and now you can see this here. So what we have here is this, right? So now you can actually see, right? So we have got these values here, zero point 0.4 and 3.33. So this value will be around somewhere around here, and this is your zero point 0.4 here. Okay, he suddenly noticed it and moved on. Srinivasan, what exactly you want me to make you do? It's Srinivasan. Also, the presentation showed us. Can we get access to it? No, just ask me what exactly I moved on from and what I exactly subtly noticed and I couldn't answer. Please let me know. Okay, please. All right, moving on. Okay, like this is just scatter plot. What else you can actually do with the scatter plot? Definitely, let's actually not talk about these two here because like it will be and kind of an information overflow here. Okay, let's actually see like this changing the color. How exactly you can change the color when it is like when it comes to like plotting out with different colors. So earlier what we did, like we literally plotted out with the PL scatter. So we have also here an extra parameter, which basically here name as C. And this C takes values of colors. Okay, like in this case, we are giving red because I want to have as red. You can also give here yellow and oh sorry, red. I think you can also give here yellow and all the data will be plotted out in yellow. Okay, you can see here. So that is how you can actually change the color as well. Okay. And we also have some different library. Like what if I want to interact with these, like with these points here, what we have here over this XY plane. Well, in that case, for the interaction, what you can do here, you can basically use plotly. Okay. I guess I need to answer a few questions of yours. Like, okay, uh, where exactly you are getting confused at? Srishti, please let me know. Please let me know, Srishti, where exactly you are getting confused at. I'm asking you. I'm waiting for your response now because if I don't clear this out, I need to clear this out. Where exactly you felt confused at? Okay, please let me know in the chat. Okay, I don't know. Like Shrishti just made a comment, like like she is not being able to understand something. Okay, so now like it's also what we can do here. Like this was about our x and y thing. And what else we can do here? Like you can also make your plot interactive with the help of Plotly. So we'll be using here Plotly as well. So let's use this. So this is the data here we have. Okay, so let me run this, and we have got this like df px dot or data dot iris. So this is your pandas data frame if you have worked with this. So like how exactly it works, like you can see, this is like again, like you can actually understand this with the help of that matrix analogy which we just saw. Okay, like we have got here, these are called features. Okay, feature one, feature two, feature three. So instead of writing features, I can just write here f2, f3, f4, and like this is not the feature, but this is a class. I'm gonna explain how exactly you can annotate it here. Okay, so if I go back here and if I make you understand how exactly you can actually represent the data here. So let's say you have got like the set of x and y, okay, in a matrix form. So what you can, like how exactly you can do it, like each x will be having certain parameters, x1, x2, x3, and so on xn. Let's say we have got xn. And here in this, like in this scenario, we have got like m points here and n columns here. If you can just see, like we have got here n columns here. Okay, so therefore the order will be what? M cross n, right? And here, what we will be having here, like each sample, like in this case, we're gonna, like we're gonna project, or we're gonna refer to a class. Like let's say, like I'm just naming it as y. So I'm just making a class of 0 and 1. Like in this case, it will be 0, 1, 0, 0, 1. Like the number could be here, anything. So what do I mean by that? So it basically means when I put x1, x2, x3, and xn together, I get a class of 0. Okay. So let's actually try to understand this with a different example. So right in this case, like in this case, let's say we have got, like we have got here 4 features. The very first feature we have here is the sepal length, then we have sepal width, then we have petal length, and then we have petal width. And this is your species. I'm just naming it as Y. So when I add sepal length of 5.1 centimeter with sepal width of 3.5 centimeter, this much and this much, okay, I get a flower species of Setosa. Okay, okay, all right. So I want to plot an interactive plot with the help of this data. Okay, so how exactly you can do it? You can see like I'm just doing it with the help of like px dot scatter. And I'm taking x on sepal width and y on sepal length and color as species. So basically, what do I mean by that? Like based on sepal width and petal sepal length, I want to color like my entire data frame. So how exactly you can do it? Like that is the way you can actually do it. So if I run this, so now when you hover over it, you can also see like this species is for versicolor, this species is for Setosa, and this species is for Virginica. All right. Okay. Is that clear to all of you? Yes or no? Okay. Okay. So that is the way where you can also make the like your graphs interactive. You can also change the size of that dot with the help of this S parameter. S is equals to 100 and the size will be changed or increased. Okay. And increase size scatter plots. Okay. And now I also want to shed some light over these these methods here as well. So we have got here this title, this X label, Y label, and show. And this is your title here. Okay, like this is your title, and it is necessary. Okay, and your X label will be what? Okay, let me actually put it here. This will be your title here. This is your Y label, and this is your X label. Okay, title, Y label, and X label. And all these are necessary when you are plotting out a plot. Like this is the bare minimum of any plot when you will just gonna perform any visualization. So do not skip over it. Okay, and now let's also see like now labeling the data points. So any questions so far for to and like anyone here? Just let me know. No. So if you are like if you can actually like if you can see like if you are getting some information from this from this essential, so you can also check out our like our full stack programs as well, where we also cover like data analysis, data visualization, and data science in general. Okay, so you can actually go here, you can see like we actually cover entire data science program in 6 months, where we give you 70 plus programming tools and also 20 customized assignments where you can literally hone your skills on your real world problems, and you can like you'll be more eligible for any data science job profiles out there, and you will just gonna grow career wise as well. So do it if you need it, do it if you find it like interesting, and you see like okay, this is something I would like love to do for the next 6 months. So yeah, and it is quite like cheaper as well. Okay, so it's only 275 rupees per class, and you will also gonna get a certification from ITM, and every class will be here 100% live. Okay, like every personnel you will be like mentored by is working at a company as a data scientist or as a computer vision engineer or as an NLP engineer. So you will just gonna get a lot of information from them. Okay, so please do check this out. And yeah, okay, all right. So now the next is here is labeling the data points. So what do I mean by that? So like let's say you've got this like certain data frame here. So how did you put different color for different species? Okay, Neha, I can tell you right away. So I just added this color is equals to species as a parameter. Like this is available in your scatter method here. Okay. So when we perform this px dot scatter, and I'm plotting this, I'm plotting sepal width on x-axis and sepal width on y-axis. Okay. All right. And now we are plotting. You can see a few values here. So like and the color. What if I do not give this value? Let's actually not do not let's actually not give this value. What will gonna happen? So now you can see like this data set doesn't make any sense. Like in terms of recognizing which species is which, right? Like if I hover over it, it just shows like like this is for sepal width of 2 and 5 and but nothing so much intuitive about like which species this certain data point actually represent. So well, order to solve that issue, what we can do here, like we can just add a new parameter, which is color is equals to species. And if I run this, and now you can see like this is much better now, right? Like now if I hover over it, so you can see like the species here is Virginica, and in this case, this species here is versicolor, and so on and so forth, and this is your Setosa. Okay, fair enough. Is that does that answer your question? Okay. So you just take a value like zero point 0.4 or 3. We can take another value. Definitely, you can take another value, right? What does show do? Okay. PLT.show basically like shows the entire graph of your whatever you have implemented your methods here. So if I don't do it, like there will be a weird text will just gonna pop up here. Okay, let's actually do it. So this is the text and 0, 0.5 and y-axis, and like it basically is showing your like these values here. But instead of calling this method internally, what you can do here, like you can just call this plt.show, and it will just gonna show entire graph only. Okay, there you go. So why can't we use Power BI Tableau for data? You can definitely use Albin for data visualization, Tableau and Power BI. It's the choice you have to make on your own. Okay. All right, so labeling the data points. So earlier what we did, like this is also a kind of a labeling. Okay, and on the right hand side, what you are seeing here is your like this is your legend. Okay, all right. So now let's say here we got here like this labeling the data points. So again, what exactly am I doing here? Like like I'm generating again some random data, okay, for x1 and y1, and I just and here as well, like generating some random data, okay, and then I created a data set here. So data set basically exactly I did here, like I just created a tuple and I put those tuples inside an array. Okay, like x1 and y1, x2 and y2, and I just enclose that with my opening and closing brackets here, the square brackets. So this is my data set. Okay, and now if I now if I just plot this data here out. So what if although I have generated the data here, like let's actually see here. Okay, although I have generated the data here, like in this section, but still I would like to know like which data is from x1 and which y1 and which data is from x2 and y2. This is something I would like to have as an information. We use our software for data visualization, not necessarily though, Shivam. Okay. If you are a Python programmer, you can definitely use Python itself. Like we have got here matplotlib, cborn, and like even plotly is here as well. So it's quite vast. Even the pandas is an underrated tool for data visualization. Okay. All right. So here, like what am I doing here? Like I'm just plotting this x1, y1 with the help of red color. So my x1 and y1 will be in the color of red, and which also will gonna have a label of what from x1 and y1. So let's see, like what if I do not, like what if I do not have this? Like let's say if I remove this here, let's run this. Okay, and now you can see, can you actually make any guess from this data which data point is from which one? Like, like can you see like if it is from x1, y1, like how exactly I can make any sense out of it? Can you? We cannot, right? But in that case, what you need to do here is you can just perform, or you can just give a value called label here, and there you go, right? And we plotted it out, and we have got this from x1 and y1, from x2 and y2. That's it. Okay. And also, what else we can do here is changing the shapes of dots using markers. Okay. So here, what exactly we've got here is this. Okay. So plg.scatter. And what exactly am I doing here? Like this is nothing but a fancier way of saying like this is your x1 and this is your y1 and this is your x2 and this is your y2. That's it. Okay. That's all I'm doing here. And again, like you can also change the marker. Like earlier, it was by default a circle. So you can also change that marker here as well with the help of the parameter of marker. So here I'm using this asterisk. This asterisk will just gonna convert into a star. Okay. And this will gonna convert into a triangle. Okay. So if I do this, there you go. Like you have got like this data point. And not only this, you can also change the edge color as well. So how exactly you can do it? Like again, we have got parameters here. So you see, like like we have got a lot of parameters to explore about. So how exactly we can do it? Like there is no end to it, honestly. So if I go here, ph.scatter, or like I can just show you a simple straight shortcut here, ph.scatter, and if I do this and I put a question mark afterward, so you can see like I've got a lot of parameters here is s is equals to none, like we are not giving any values by default, marker, cmap, norm, v minimum, like vertical height and uh, uh, the maximum height and alpha line widths and whatnot, and you can also see these values here, right? For how exactly they are, like being used in this certain function. So do check out this documentation as well. Like it will also gonna help you drastically in order to understand what exactly am I doing. Because honestly speaking, I do not like people cannot recall exactly because it's quite vast and exhaustive in terms of documentation, and you cannot memorize it thoroughly. No one can memorize it thoroughly. Like every programmer once, like every day, visits the documentations. Like it is not impossible to not to visit it. Okay, so all right. So that is how you can also change the edge color. What do I mean by the edge color here? Like this is your edge color here. Like this black here is your edge color, and this yellow here in this case will be your edge color as yellow. Okay, and the next here, and what else you can do? Like we also have here the shorthand syntax. So this is your shorthand syntax. Okay, like you can use php.plot. Again, I'm using this x1 and y1 and x2 and y2. And in this case, I am just saying like, okay, R and O. So what do I mean by that? Like R, red circles. O basically means circles, and green triangles. Okay, like you can see now, like that data also has been like plotted out here. Okay, so you can check that out as well for sure. Okay, just let me check. Explain coding that will help better. I am getting it just by for my mates. I didn't get your question, Rishikesh. Which software is better for the data visualization as well as language? Well, every like a technology has its own pros and cons, so you cannot put like hammer and chisel analogy here. You definitely need a certain requirement instead of having a certain, like language here. Like you cannot rely upon the single language. All right. Okay. Moving on. Next is your line plot. So how exactly we can plot a line? So if you go back here again, so line plot is now how exactly do we plot a line? So you have got x and y plane, sorry, x and y points, right? And those x and y points will be will be connected. Like let's say we have got here this, we've got there this and this, and we will just gonna connect it. Okay, and like this is your x and y line here. Okay, like this is your line plot, and this is your P1, P2, and P3. Like we have got here 3 points here. Okay, all right. Okay. And now what else we have here? So how exactly you can plot it out? So I'm just plotting it out. You can like np dot array, and I'm having on, and by default this plot and this value will be taken on the y-axis. So I'm having those values as 50, 100, 150, 200, and 250. So you can see plt dot plot and y1. So you can see like it actually starts from 50, 100, 150 to 200 and 250. And by default on your x label you can see like like if you do not provide any value, I'm just gonna just for now I'm just gonna comment it out. And if you do not provide any value, it will just gonna stretch over this entire value. Like you have got here 5 values. So you have got here 5 values, so your 5 values will be covered by 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. There you go. That's it. Okay, like it actually starts from 50, then we have got here 100, then we've got here 150 somewhere around here, and then we have got here 200, and here we have got here like 250. Okay, all right. Okay, and here we can also see like what if you wanna give some x values as well. So you can also give here like that. So x1 and y1. So you can also plot plot x1 and y1, and there you go. You can just have this, like xy plane here with this certain line. Okay, and again, the similar thing which we just performed on that scatter plot, right? So we've got here this C parameter again to change the for changing the color of the line. We can also change the width of the line. How exactly? By having this line width parameter, like I'm just changing it that way. And also we can also change the we can also plot the two graphs. But I would like to continue from this very point tomorrow. Okay, so I'll be continuing this from this very point from tomorrow onwards. So if you have any questions, then sir, what is the starting of the cyber security? I am not a cyber security expert, so please excuse my like lack of knowledge here. All right, what is the use of CMAP, sir? CMAP is for basically CMAP is basically for mapping your color, mapping your image into maybe like gray, binary, or sometimes even I guess like hex value. Basically for the basically for your color schemization, right? Color schematics. Like we have different color schematics and in Matplotlib like gray, and there is also like binary is also there. So basically I use those two most often. That is why I can recall those on top of my head. Sir, what is the start? Like, I don't know. I just answered it. I really don't know. Okay. Any questions, guys? If you have any questions, just let me know. Can the can the can can the data be imported from Excel file? Yes, we can import the data from the Excel file. pd dot read Excel, the way you can actually import the data. So yes, the answer is yes. We were gonna cover this like we literally couldn't cover this entire notebook here, like it was quite an exhaustive one. You can see for yourself. So which we will be like covering in our tomorrow's session. So sorry for the time constraints here, but I can definitely put this like go notebooks link maybe like in this YouTube's description or like in comment box. So do check that out. All right. On what platform are you running this? I'm using Google Colab. Yes, please do paste the link of the notebook. Yeah. So tomorrow in the case analysis, there will be. Yes. Can we import data from PDF files? PDF files, you can, no, you cannot import data from PDF files. You can extract data from the PDF file. Okay, like textual data. You cannot do anything much to do with the PDF here. No. Any more questions? Let me actually hide myself. Stop screen. Okay. CSE. I guess CSV, right? The answer is CSV here. Any more questions, guys? It actually works on any kind of volume of file, like it doesn't matter. All right. So it doesn't matter like what is the volume of your file. Thank you. Because it gives you much more flexibility. Coding gives you much more flexibility. Okay, Albin, you can code out like according to your needs, right? Tools are tools have some limited capacity, but code is something you can always write it on your own. All right, guys. So it was fun talking to you, knowing you, and I couldn't know you though. So just let me know like where are you from, guys, in the chat. I sorry I couldn't ask this question earlier, but just let me know like where are you from. So to start with, I'm from Jaipur, Rajasthan right now. Okay, thank you so much. Now in Mumbai. Okay, okay. So from Mumbai and southern part of India. Like okay, we also have Haryana. I'm also from Haryana. Like like I have some connection to Haryana as well. Okay, all right. Uh, how many type of plots we have in matplotlib? I There's no certain like there is definitely a certain answer to it, but I don't No, I recall it from the top of my head. So sorry. Hyderabad, Gujarat. Okay, guys. I guess like we are running out of time right now. Thank you so much for joining in. Firstly, I wish you good night. I wish you great morning time, great morning, or maybe like evening or day, whatever the time zones you are in right now. Okay, just have a great one. And thank you so much for joining in. Okay, bye bye. Take care and see you tomorrow. Okay, bye.